Hi boys and girls, it's been a while since I've done a hair vid. Some of you have been messaging me asking me if I'd do an update, so this is it. It's getting a bit long, not really done much with it. Shaved it really short on the sides and back a while ago, but it's sort of grown quite a lot on top because I haven't really done much with it. And even the sides and back are starting to grow now, could do with another cut. I know a lot of you like me playing with the hair, so there you go. But yeah, it's kind of brushed back at the moment. It's still pretty much the same really. I've tried to I'm in a different room today trying to make it a bit lighter for you so you can see a bit more. It's pretty dull outside though. So yeah, it's going alright. It's now 27 months just coming up since I had the hair transplant in Turkey. Still really happy with it. Kind of more naturally goes forward. That's why it looks kind of a bit weird when you pull it back. It's kind of almost enough to have it in a ponytail at the back now because it's sort of getting a bit longer on top. Some of you like it long on top, you've said. Some hate it, some prefer it short, some prefer it forwards. I just sort of try different things, see what it's like really. But yeah, it's getting a bit longer. Like the crown, a lot of people say about the crown, I think a lot of people that have a hair transplant, the crown is like the problem sort of area. Does definitely take the longest to grow. I mean mine you can sort of see through a bit. I could go back for a second transplant, maybe I will sometime. I do plan sometime on doing a vid and I'll go in like my bathroom that's got spotlights when I've got a bit more time, and it's literally I'll go over the top and you can see exactly what it's like with a spotlight. I think most people, even that haven't had a transplant, if they had a spotlight right on top of their head, it's going to look a bit, you probably see through a bit. Apart from that, I've had a few questions. I always try and answer your questions that you put on the vids, in the comments section. Some of you have seen I'm on Facebook and you message me on there. I'm happy to answer questions. Please don't phone no out of the blue because my phone going off, you're on different time zones to me. My phone going off at 3 in the morning is not like the best thing with people talking about hair. So yeah, I'd appreciate if you just send a message, then I can reply in my own time. I also work loads of hours, so you know I can reply when I get a chance then. Also you can contact me on Instagram Messenger if you need to, if you don't want to ask a question in public kind of thing on the comments section of a video. So yeah, but no, apart from that it's just like regular hair really, just growing. You can feel the beard hair slightly, because you know I got beard hair, that's another thing I get asked quite a lot. Don't know how well that focuses, but got quite a big jawline, but they don't take it from there, the beard hair, it's all there, they take it from under there, so you basically can't really see it. I'm happy with that, no one sees under there anyway. If it's got a bit of, well, I can't see any scarring anyway, I don't really look under there that much, but to me it looks fine, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, you can kind of feel it. They put a few in the top. They don't just put beard hair, they mix it in with like your generic hair, and also in the crown they put some. It's still growing fine. You can still, they kind of don't grow, like my hair's naturally wavy, and the beard grafts don't go naturally wavy and they don't go naturally straight, they're kind of more sort of jagged. That's why they only use a certain amount and they mix them well. So yeah, people originally said, oh, they'll be falling out, and no, they don't. They're exactly the same as my other hair really. I've not done any hair vids for a while, but I've done quite a few walking vids. For those of you that know me, I like a lot of walking. I walk most weekends, like 10-20 miles, and I've got a GoPro camera that does time walk, which is kind of like speeds everything up. So I've done quite a few videos on those, and some of them have been quite popular actually. So you can just sit there watching me walking super fast around all the countryside. So check those out if you want to see those. Walked around, I live in sort of, got some quite well off areas near where I live, and I walked around some of the massive like £3-4 million houses around there. Made a video about that, just walking around having a look at them. So check that out if you want to see how the other half live. What else? Yeah, people ask me about reviewing and choosing a clinic and all that sort of thing, and I think one thing you should do is, if you're trying to look at results, don't just look at someone who's had like an operation 2 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, because you get people who say things like, oh, my clinic was amazing, they treated me so well. At the end of the day, all you're interested in is what result you get and how good it looks, and basically you're happy with it. Don't worry about whether everyone else is happy, everyone else thinks you've got a natural hairline. Don't worry about any of that. Just think about what you feel, are you happy with it. So to look at clinics, what I would say is maybe don't go checking out videos that are like 2 weeks old, or not necessarily videos but pictures on Instagram or that sort of thing, because you know, I could have someone send me a private jet, they could pick me up in a limo, they could make me tea, they could do everything, and at the end of the day that is how they treat you. And yes, lovely to have all that and nice experience, 5-star hotel, but at the end of the day it's this that matters. This is what you're paying for. You want hair that you are happy with, so try not to sort of like look too much at they were a great experience. Try and look further down the line. That would be my advice. Maybe a year down the line or 2 years, if you can see people that make vids then, or on Instagram, photos, on Facebook, whatever. That would be my advice. Don't just look at 2 week results, because one bald person with their hair shaved and just transplanted or whatever pretty much looks like the next person. Some look bloodier than others to begin with, but most look pretty similar when they've had all their hair shaved off. So obviously you don't want to go somewhere that treats you badly, but I think most of them probably wouldn't, because they wouldn't still be around, would they? But no, I'm still happy with mine. It's kind of, other thing people get obsessed with is the hairline, so I don't know if it's focusing, if I kind of goes. Some people really want it low, like I've said all the time. They make you go like that. They do it above the frown line. You don't want it down here, because when you're talking it will be moving like that. That's the hair. I've had a lot of people messaging me about groups on Facebook. Now this is sort of a touchy subject, but some of them have been really getting fed up with, some of the groups have been getting very negative towards Turkey. There's like 4 or 5 people on some of the groups saying, like basically moaning about Turkish hair clinics. I get a lot of people messaging me saying that, you know, they're frightened to write anything now about where they've had theirs done in Turkey, because they're frightened that, you know, people basically pounce on them and start giving them grief because they went to Turkey. I don't know why they do that. You know, if you're happy with your hair, no matter where you got it done, you know, be happy with it. Fair enough, people are always going to stick up for their clinic if they've had a result they're happy with. That's natural, and debate's natural. But you don't really need to slag off other clinics just because, you know, because you start questioning them. Why would you need to do that? Why would you slag off a whole country's worth of clinics apart from a few that are on your top 10 lists? Why would you need to do that unless you're slightly not happy with yours, or slightly unhappy with yours, I should say? And you know, some of these people who've paid, they literally say about how much they've paid. Some of them have paid like over 10 grand. And great if you can afford that. Not all of us could. I certainly couldn't when I had mine done. I now could afford a lot more, and I could probably go anywhere within reason, but I'd still go back to the same place I went to before, because I'm happy with the result, I'm happy with the service. At the end of the day though, it's the result and I'm happy with it. Basically, a lot of people that have been sort of saying they feel like if they mention their clinic, or if they don't take finasteride, like I can't, feel like they're being pounced on, like sort of almost like schoolyard bullies, like everyone pouncing on them because, or I'd say everyone, about 4 or 5 people keep sort of being quite negative towards people who've been to Turkey. But you know, a lot of us have been to Turkey and a lot of us are happy with the results. Like I've said all along, there's good and bad results from every country, and I've seen people that have paid over 10 grand and they got doubles in their hairline. You know, if I paid that much and I had doubles, I'd be kind of a bit disappointed with myself. Really don't need to keep slagging, you know, like my doctor's better than your doctor. It's, you know, really be happy if you've had a good result that you feel is good. by all means, say about your doctor, you know, say how brilliant it is and how great your experience was. But, you know, do we really need to slag each other's doctors off to make us feel better? And yeah, a lot of people have said to me, would you start a group on Facebook? So I thought, well, there's already a lot of hair groups on Facebook. I'm a member of quite a few hair groups on Facebook. So I thought, I don't mind starting a group, but I wouldn't mind, for me, I don't just do hair vids, I do quite a few, like I was saying, walking vids, I do hotels because I stay in a hell of a lot of hotels, I do flight vids, cruise vids. So I thought, you know, I don't mind starting a group, but I would like it maybe more sort of health, mental and physical, because these days with lockdown we're all kind of going crazy, being stuck inside. That's another reason why I do my walking and jogging, because I like getting out and it kind of makes you feel a lot better. So I did start a group, and feel free to join it. It's called Hair Transplant at Home or Abroad. It's basically, it's not just about hair. I had to call it a name, so I called it what I just called it, and I'll leave a link below and you can just search it out on Facebook. And we only have one rule on it, basically, is that you are polite to each other. You don't start, my doctor's better than your doctor. We're there to support people. And the groups, up to about 6 months ago, they were a lot friendlier. Everyone was encouraging each person, no matter what doctor or what clinic you went to, what pills you take. Everyone seemed a lot friendlier. Now it seems a bit like ambush and one person's having a go, and you know, it's only a small group, but it's pretty friendly at the moment. You can ask questions. No question is too big or small. No question is stupid. You know, when you're at school and you don't quite understand something and you're worried about sort of making a fool of yourself in front of the class, basically. I don't want any of that. You know, people sort of laughing, oh, that question's like stupid. You know, nothing's stupid. We all learn. We all had to learn somewhere. Like I said before, I didn't really do much research. There wasn't as many groups when I was first looking for a place to go to. I wasn't even really thinking about having a hair transplant until my brother said one of his mates went to Turkey. I thought, Turkey? I didn't even think twice, to be honest. And then I kind of, when I got home, I started having a look about it and reading up, and I was quite amazed by how many people did go there. So, and like I said, at that time, it was the choice. I could go to Turkey or pretty much not afford one, because I certainly couldn't afford Harley Street or places like that. But keep doing that, because I know some of you like that. But yeah, so that's it basically. It's just a little update. 27 months later, going pretty well. I'm still working loads of hours. Just finished work now, so thought I'd just get in a little vid. But you know, you do the filming. I say and about a million times. I have to kind of get that out. Editing it in the software, then uploading it to YouTube takes a while. So it does take a little bit of time to do a vid. But like I said, check out some of my other vids. If you like it, subscribe. I'm on Instagram, so you can subscribe to that. Most of that's not hair related, it's more from my walks, doing like countryside and stuff like that. But yeah, you can, if it's a bit longer, I might have a ponytail for a bit, look like a bit of a hipster, grow a beard. So, I mean, what are you guys up to? Leave a comment. I get quite a few comments from people, messages, that sort of thing, both male and female. One thing I will say is the girls, basically, they don't do as much research. They basically go in, get a hair transplant. They're pretty ballsy, a lot of these girls. They go and get a hair transplant and that's it. And I know some of them that have had it done, they don't have the whole hair cut, it just gets pinned back and then they just have the hairline done. But a lot of them have been very, very happy with the results. Sort of just sometimes come on, ask you what clinic you've been to. That's it, they're gone. And you see them, maybe a few result pictures when they've had the op. But yeah, they're in and out straight away. That's about it really. Not really got much else to say at the moment. If you're thinking about having it, I'd say go for it. You know, I'm not trying to persuade you to, it's your decision. But yeah, I'm happy that I had mine done over 2 years ago now. Basically, if I go out in the wind, it flies everywhere. So I sometimes use my Gents of London, which is linked in my Amazon page below if you do want to buy some. And yeah, if you go via my Amazon page, I get about 1p or something for you clicking on it. So like I said all along, but it's also a handy way of putting all my stuff together where I get my stuff. I do get a lot from Amazon. I just find it easier. I've got an Amazon locker literally a couple of doors up from me. So if I'm not at home, I'm working from home quite a lot at the moment. If I'm not, I can just go up to the locker. But yeah, a lot of people, again, like I was saying, go on about the hairline. I'm happy with mine. Some people like fake look, some people like dead straight look, some people, I just let the doctor basically decide, and that's kind of mine. So it's not completely straight, it's got a few bits where it's kind of, some people like completely jagged, whereas I didn't really want that. So I'm quite happy with mine. It's, I'd say, better than, I was looking at some pictures of when I was really young, and yeah, probably better now. You can pull it about, but yeah, it is pretty long at the moment, so it is. If you see my vid, I did do one where I shaved the top to probably about grade 2 if I remember right. It looked a bit, you can still kind of see like where the transplanted area is. If I shaved all this off now, because I had a guy recently asking me, can you shave it down to like 0.5 kind of thing. You can, but on top where they did it, you can see, if you look at my video where I think, like I said, it was about grade 2, you can see kind of, it doesn't look as dense as obviously the rest of the hair, that they didn't do the side bits just there. So yeah, you could see on the crown and the bits, if you look at my photos where the bits that I had transplanted to, you will see those. They won't look as dense as the rest of the hair. But you know, you're never going to get your hair as dense as like when you were 18 kind of thing, cause especially if you get to my age. I was 46 1.5 weeks ago, so yeah, you know, I'm happy I did it. People say, oh, you say you had it done 2 years ago when you were 43, and how can you be 46? I had it done in December. Some people really don't, they're really not trusting, but I had it done in December 2018, so I was 43 and probably 3/4. So then, yeah, by now I'm 46, just turned 46 in start of March. Some people, you know, you can only offer people help and advice as much as you can. Some people don't want to know. Some people, you know, will never have a hair transplant. They just like to ask questions, or they dream about it, but you know deep down they probably won't get it. Some people think you're out to kind of, that, like, they're very untrusting, and I was kind of a bit like that, I guess. I was kind of a bit sceptical, thinking, you know, is this all some big sort of con you're going to get out there, and you know, what's going to happen? Are they going to, you know, is it really true? And you know, and you get people kind of, sometimes they can come across quite rude, and I don't think they mean to be. I think it's just that they are nervous, and they kind of question you and sort of say things like, well, why should I believe you? What, maybe you've never had a hair transplant. And I was like, it makes no odds to me if you believe me or not. I can assure you I have had one. If you check out my earlier videos, you can quite clearly see where I had it done. My photos, I get asked for a lot of photos. If you look at my month 9 video, that's got a lot of photos I stuck at the beginning of that vid. Right at the beginning, it goes straight into the photos. Kind of, I guess I was a bit sort of sceptical, to be honest. And that's another thing I get asked is, you say that the prices were one thing, and then it was different. Basically, I booked mine in, I think it was April 2018, because I knew the prices were just about to go up. So what happens is, where I went anyway, you lock your price in when you sort of basically say you book your appointment. And I think you can book anywhere up to a year in advance, but you're basically paying, you don't pay, I didn't pay till I got there on the day of the op. I paid with my travel credit card. That's another question I get asked. I locked the price in because I knew it was going to go up. I paid €1,990. and I knew the price was just about to go up, so I locked it in. You lock in your price, you don't have to pay, but you lock it in. So I locked it in. I think they ask for a deposit now, quite a few clinics do. Mine, I had to show my flight tickets to prove I was going. And to be honest, I didn't have quite enough money, so I had to lock it in April, and then I saved the rest of the money by December. And I had 2 weeks off for Christmas, so I wanted to have it done at the start of my 2 weeks off, so I was healing and all the scabs had gone by the time I went back to work. People say, can you barter with them? I don't know. I paid the price they were asking basically at the time, so you can always ask if they'll throw in freebies, I don't know, like free shampoos or something like that. It's up to you. That's another question I get asked a lot, is what was included. I had, I think it was obviously all the painkiller sort of for the operation, the pills they give you, the standard sort of painkillers, I had a sleeping pill and a few others. If you look at my earlier vids, I go through all the pills on that. I also had one shampoo and one lotion thing that you use to help get the scabs off. That was included. Any extra vitamins, pills, whatever you can pay for. You can either buy them there, or I buy mine on Amazon now. I've just carried on taking them because they're pretty cheap on Amazon. That's about it. If you get any questions, leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you like it. It's always nice to get a thumbs up if you do like the vids. It encourages me to make more vids. Check out my other stuff if you like looking at things like walking, flights, hotels, that kind of thing. As you know, I probably love travelling. I spend every spare second that I can when we're not in lockdown, obviously, travelling. I was due to go to Sweden. It's been cancelled 8 times now. To go on a train from my 45th birthday. I was going to go on a train from Stockholm up to a place called Narvik in the Arctic Circle in Norway. Yeah, it's been cancelled 8 times, so I'm finally, hopefully, going around about October time now. So that was my 45th birthday. I've now had my 46th birthday and it still hasn't taken place, so hopefully soon. But, yep, so that's it basically. It's kind of, yeah, just normal sort of hair. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I had my first COVID AstraZeneca vaccination injection a couple of Saturdays ago. Made my arm a bit tender, but it's fine now. I feel fine. I felt a bit achy the next day, but yeah, it's not sort of done me any harm. I'm supposed to have the next one, I think, in about 12 weeks' time. So I hope everyone's staying safe and you all hopefully stay positive, stay happy, and till next time, take care.